Good day, all. Today's video focuses on the conflict between Ukraine and Russia, the world food crisis, and related microeconomics 2 theories and concepts. Please enjoy it.
Let's discuss what are the impacts of Russia-Ukraine war. Russia and Ukraine play a leading role in supplying the food markets. Russia stands out as the world's largest exporter of wheat, while Ukraine is the 6th in 2021. They share total 18% of the global market share. War-related food export disruptions by the Russian and Ukraine expose global food markets to increased risks of reduced availability and lead to price increase. In June 2022, the Russian will ship another 8 million tons of wheat. But the closure of ports in Ukraine and disruptions to Black Sea trading route, as well as anticipated sales difficulties in the Russian Federation, have cast doubt on the realization of the exports. In March, Ukraine announced the license requirements for exports of various commodities, including wheat. Western sanctions on Russia's banking and shipping industries have prevented Russia from exporting products, which disrupts the global food industry. Economic sanctions on Russia discourages foreign shipping companies from engaging in economic activities. Thus, the global food industry is negatively affected as inputs will not come out from Russia or Ukraine. Since wheat is main ingredient in producing chicken feed, when supply decreases, the price of wheat will rise. Rising oil prices will affect logistics, raw materials, and operating costs. Finally, inflation will also impact the price and supply of chicken in Malaysia. As machines that are imported to breed chicken become more expensive, the cost of producing chicken also increases. Thus, chicken producers may need to raise their selling price of chicken to survive. When the chicken prices increase, what will be affected? Impact on labor. Ukraine and Russian export corn and wheat. The war creates unbalance between supply and demand. Demand exceeds supply, price corn increase lead to more cost of production. To maintain the profit, producers cut off labor. Labor lost income, purchasing power decrease. In sum, when chicken price increase, employment rate and real wealth decrease. Impact on capital. When supply of corn decreasing, producers need to pay more to buy the inputs. To decrease the cost, producers tend to buy less capital, corn and wheat. This lead to decrease in chicken supply and price keep increasing. Now is talking the impact between the chicken market and the alternative market and the impact on supply and demand. The picture is shown a chicken market and a fishmeal market. A is the equilibrium point for chicken market while B is for fishmeal market. Chicken supply decrease, the supply curve shift left from SC0 to SC1. Price increase and quantity decrease. Consumers buy less chicken and lead demand curve shift down from DC0 to DC1. When the demand drops, price and quantity for chicken decrease from PC0 to PC1 and QC0 to QC1. Price of chicken rises, demand for fish increases from DF0 to DF1. Thus, fish supply increase because of relative pricing. Supply curve rises from SF0 to SF1. The quantity of fish rise to QF2, but price fall to PF2. In chicken market, the supply curve moves to SC2 as the relative price of supply chicken higher than fish. Chicken's equilibrium price drops to PC2, but quantity back to QC0. As fish's price greater than chicken, supply curve for fish rise to SF3. Chicken is more affordable than fish, the quantity and price of fish decrease. New equilibrium of the chicken market is A prime and fishmeal market is B prime. When price of chicken fluctuates, how it will affect the fast food businesses? Let us use some graph to demonstrate it move theoretically. This is a graph showing the supply and demand of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now we just assume KFC price is at RM20 when there is nothing special happens to the market. Now assume that there is shortage of chicken feed, chicken produce will decrease. Now we can know that KFC supply is falling. It led supply curve shift left from S1 to S2. we can observe price increased. As a consumer, they will start not to buy in KFC but switch to the substitute, which is McDonald's. Now, demand of MCD will increase and triggers the demand curve to shift right. We can observe price had been increased too. Big news happens in 2022, the Ukraine and Russia war. Ukraine is a country that produces corn and wheat, which is the major material our country import to produce chicken feed. Global supply chain drop, chicken production cost rise. Price rise from 9.78 ringgit to 16.23 ringgit in May. So, what influence will it have on fast food businesses? This had impact to the prices of the fast food businesses as the increase in menu prices and the source of sales volume. Not only that, when facing high-cost problem, company tend to focus on advancement of technology. KFC also perfectly demonstrated use of technology to installed Restaurant Technologies, Inc. (RTI) system which can automatically deliver, distribute and treat waste oil to lower cost of oil treatment and ensure the quality of KFC's fast food. Finally, to maintain their market share in the market, they introduce new menu without chicken ingredients as chicken is in shortage. But what happens to the labor market? Companies start to lay off workers to decrease their cost. Only skilled worker will have a high demand while unskilled worker will start to be abandoned by the market.